F to the E.
And I'm Kikelamo Ajibola. Ta-da!
Hi people, my name is Mo Fakorede and I am a filmmaker and a film director, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV.
Hi, my name is Adebola Ogushino. I'm a filmmaker and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. Any consumer related issues, they've got you.
Hi, my name is Stephen Olorunshisi. I'm a strategy and sales professional currently working with Obey, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. I mean, this is one of the channels that you don't want to but stay on. Consumer advocacy, brand promotion, everything consumer, what you need to learn for your business to grow. This is a channel where you learn, where you experience entertainment too, yeah. But it's good for businesses, for brands, and for an entrepreneur. If you want to know more about businesses, want to know more about brands, please stay watching. Alright, thank you so much, ConsumerHalla TV. Keep watching.
Hello, good day. My name is Tunde Balogun. I'm the lead pastor at the Kingsborough Church in London. And you're watching ConsumerHalla TV, which is a new initiation into the TV industry in Nigeria, the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I know that it's going to bring value and quality into the service industry. ConsumerHalla TV is here to offer value to service industry and to give a voice to consumers, bring awareness to the brand industry, and also bring education to what it is to have quality for what you paid for. I know that through ConsumerHalla TV, you are going to be able to get what you have paid for quality-wise and also give a voice to you in wherever it is that you do. I am here to support and give a shout out to say that keep watching ConsumerHalla TV and we'll have a better quality for value in Nigeria and in the global space. Please continue to watch ConsumerHalla TV because it is here to make things work better for you. It is on this note that I would like to say a big congratulations to the chairman and CEO of ConsumerHalla TV, Pastor Tunde Olufowora, and all the staffs of this great organization. Thank you for what you do. You are making things happen for us, and I pray that God bless you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Toyin Balogun. I'm here to give a shout out to ConsumerHalla TV, #1 platform helping you to shop smart, spend wisely, and live better. Anytime you have any kind of issues with your shopping, or you want to know a very honest review, please contact ConsumerHalla TV, here to help you. And please join the community where we can all make life easy and better for all of us.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer. And as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on Perspective, the breakfast show on ConsumerHalla TV, where we talk about all pressing and burning issues making the rounds. I am Ire Ayo Mikule Eke, and today will be quite special because I'm not the only one on the conversation this morning. Okay? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Now, thank you so much for joining us on the conversation. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month,
All right.
actually.
Okay. I'm sure you're ready for the conversation.
I am. This is my first time on Perspective.
All right. Good
That's
then.
cool.
Let's kick start. On today's edition of Perspective, we'll be metal decal a bit because we'll be looking into the crucial role of a medical laboratory scientist in the fight against the antimicrobial resistance. And the medical laboratory scientists are key players in fighting antimicrobial resistance, AMR, I beg your pardon. They use tests like microscopy, culture, and the susceptibility to test the identify pathogens, which are the bacterium, virus, or other microorganism that can cause disease, and also to guide treatment and track the resistance patterns. This helps preserve the antibiotic effectiveness and protect the public health. Simple actions like seeking proper diagnosis and avoiding self-medication, which can make a big difference. And for more insight on the conversation this beautiful morning, we have Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele, who will help us understand the importance of this conversation relating to our economy. It's a pleasure to have you, Mr. Peters. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, then. You look dap.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready for the conversation?
Definitely.
All right, good. Now let's get into it. What are the most common misconceptions about AMR, and how can we address them in Nigeria?
So, the biggest one would be the common knowledge, which we are driven by at the start of the word, which is that every ailment, every sickness is malaria or typhoid.
Yeah.
So this belief has driven us to everyone being physicians of their own. You'll see a mother who sees a child, I have a headache, I feel hot, and just runs to the chemist,
yeah.
to not even the pharmacy.
The chemist, that
the
we call in
chemist.
Nigeria.
Chemist, just a roadside shop to get medication, anti-malaria, antibiotics, to just get them treated. And once they feel that, okay, this person, the fever has broken, no more headache, they stop the medication. And according to World Health Organization, it is funny to say that wellness is, or well-being is not just absence of disease. It's not just when you don't feel well. It's the complete and wholesome physical, mental, and social well-being. There are some people, they don't feel hot, they don't have fever, but then they are sick. They are mentally sick. So if you not say that, okay, it's only when you have fever that you're sick, it's a fallacy. So the major misconception is the fact that we do not understand that well-being or wellness is far beyond just absence of these symptoms.
Okay.
There are many diseases that might have the same symptom. Take, for example, the common cold.
Yeah.
Influence caused by maybe influenza. And also look at, compare that with pneumonia. Bacterial pneumonia, though they do have the same catarrh, cough, and all that. But then if you use antibiotics for what you can just treat with by just resting, because your body makeup has its own war machineries that fight these things, which are the white blood cells. So sometimes what we just need is rest, but then everything is malaria, typhoid. So I believe that with this understanding that not everything needs treatment first, and the right way, how do you know that your the cause of your car's fault if you don't take it to a mechanic? to diagnose it.
Exactly.
So we just see ourselves just doing things just because we feel like it.
I think we even take care of our cars more than we take care of ourselves, because we all know that you cannot just open your bonnet and start, get going through it. But when it comes to our body, ourselves, which is actually the engine of life, we don't get to take care of it as much as we do other things in life. But before we continue on the conversation this morning, I want to actually understand what AMR is. What is antimicrobial resistance? What causes them? And the fact that many Nigerians may be familiar of, there is something that causes this particular thing, but they don't know what it is and how they can avoid it.
Okay. In simple terms, let's take, for example, someone comes to you and gives you a slap through this door. The next day, the person comes through this door and gives you the same slap. The third day, the person comes through this door and gives you the same slap. What would be your response? You might want to close the door to prevent that kind of assault. So antimicrobial resistance, in simple terms, is when the drug, which is the antibiotics, we use for bacteria, because antibiotics is for bacteria.
Okay.
So when you use antibiotics for a viral infection, it won't work. So antimicrobial resistance is this: the bacteria that does antibiotics, as opposed to kill, they grow resistant. They create some kind of shell wall against the antibiotics that is being used.
Okay.
So that is the simple concept of what antimicrobial resistance is. So that is how this happens. So the general knowledge is this: we've seen that, you see people say that, okay, staph aureus, if you have this thing, staph aureus, you hear that this thing very commonly. And then when you see someone with maybe UTI, when you see someone with, maybe some people even STIs. I've seen a lady when I was doing my service. She just she told me that she was having some kind of feeling, and she brought out an antibiotics, just the one that she has been using before, and she just takes one or two, and she sees that she's feeling better. She leaves it.
Yeah, they continue the medication. Yeah, they don't finish the medication.
But then the thing is this: when you use antibiotics as prophylaxis, that is, you use it as a preventive measure. Or you
continuously use it.
Yes, it creates some kind of the bacteria. It kills some of them, while it immunizes some of them.
Okay, it
empowers them, so that when you use that drug subsequently, it won't work for that.
For the one what you're targeting it for anymore.
Yeah.
So I get that. That means that it's in common terms, it has killed all the good bacteria that's supposed to protect you when you're using the particular drug.
Yes, there is that.
Okay.
There is that.
Okay.
And there is the fact that when you're supposed to use, this is how it works. When you use a medication, it goes through processes.
Okay.
Your liver breaks it down, releases the active part of that drug into your system, and then it is transported to that target cell where it's needed.
Okay.
So what happens is that when you use that drug, and there's something we call bioavailability of the drug. So when you use that drug, it kills some of them, and that is why, and when it gets to a point, the availability of that drug in the system reduces.
Okay.
Which is why some people will tell you use this drug twice in a day.
Oh, use once a day.
Yes, yes. So because it is believed that after like 9 hours or 12 hours, the concentration of that drug has reduced.
Okay.
So you need to replenish it.
Okay.
So that the effect of the drug would continue. And that is why they tell you that, okay, use this for 5 days.
Exactly, limited time, not stay on it for the rest of your life.
So use this for 5 days, but then you see people say after 2 days they feel well
and they stop it. Yeah, especially with malaria drugs. Nigerians, we do that a lot.
All right, interesting. Mr. Oluwafemi, I love those analyses. They are LD and they are sharp. Now, let's look into this. How can the medical laboratory scientists collaborate with healthcare professionals to optimize antibiotic use and reduce AMR?
Well, that's a very lovely question. I think we are doing better now compared to some 10 years ago, because medical practice now is working towards even personalized medicine. And what do I mean by that? We've come to understand the importance of collaboration in the healthcare space, in the medical space, where we see the importance of the doctor, with the importance of the pharmacist, the importance of the nurse, the importance of the medical laboratory scientist.
Okay.
Some years ago, we do not have that. I could remember when during my training as a medical laboratory scientist, I went to a doctor in our clinic then, and I told him that, see, I've done tests, and I've seen that I have malaria. And the guy was like, who told you that? It's only it's testing that will tell you that you have malaria. I was like, what are you even saying? The only way you can confirm if you have an ailment is you go through testing. And now, because you want to prove some kind of superiority complex, you're trying to talk me down. And at the end of that conversation, he was telling me that, do you know you can still go back and do medicine? I was like, that's even out of the point. But now we've come to understand the unique roles of each healthcare professional. So the role of the medical laboratory scientist is even beyond diagnosis. We even do surveillance. Because you cannot say that a dog is resistant except we tell you that it's resistant. Because in a climb like ours, 2 weeks ago, I was in conference, a summit, in South Africa summit. And then they asked a question like, okay, how do you know the effectiveness of the drug and all that? And the first thing the physician said was that, see, the first thing that comes to mind when you talk about, when you see a drug not functioning, is that you've prescribed or you've used a fake drug.
There's that. There's that.
And there is drug resistance. So the first thing that comes to mind for a random physician who is not that deep is that maybe it's a fake drug. Let's try and get from another source. But then you cannot confirm that a drug is resistant if we have not told you that it's resistant. Because what we do in the lab is that we try to isolate the organism. We try to grow it in the lab. And then we test different drugs. We identify it that, okay, this is this, this is that. Then we try to test different drugs against that organism. And then we now track the one that is effective, the one that is not effective. We call it resistant drugs, and we now detect the ones that are sensitive.
So you're saying that it's not only antibiotics that can be resistant to somebody.
No.
There can be other drugs also that can be resistant to somebody, because I think in the last 3 years, antibiotics has been the forefront of conversations for medical practitioners about resistance, about how they will do surgeries for people and then they will try to treat some infections with antibiotics, and it doesn't work anymore. All because of the fact that the people, Nigerians, we tend to use a lot of antibiotics. I don't know who is prescribing it for us, but any little thing we are going to, just like a UTI you mentioned, most ladies will tell you, I'll use Flagyl 400 and then I'm good to go. You didn't go to the hospital to know whether you can use it. You didn't even know whether you can take injection for it, because a lot of people think infection is stereotype alone to sexually transmitted disease, whereas you can get UTI as a lady in a different form, but they don't know. Maybe they are shy to talk about that with their doctors. Maybe they don't want to be judged.
because most of them will be like, why would I go to the hospital to go and tell a male doctor or a female doctor that I have? They'll be like, oh, maybe I am loose. You know, those are conversations that medical practitioners need to actually have with different people. They need to bring out this awareness that there's some illness that is not even associated to STI, but many people don't know that. You know, we are, according to maybe research or statistics, it's common for women to actually have infection. Maybe because of where you are using your toilet, maybe the water you are using. You know, the first time I got a UTI infection, it was the water in where I served in Ibadan. It was a well water that I used, and I noticed it, and I'm like, I've never, you know, something that I've never noticed that before. I've never had a change in my body like that. So I called my father. You know, I called my father, like, Dad, this is, I was like, okay, go to the hospital. Somebody told me, a friend of mine told me to use Flagyl 400. I've never heard that Flagyl has 400 milligrams. I only know the Flagyl, and that Flagyl that we even use for stopping poo, it's not even a right medication for stopping poo. So I don't use it anymore. But if I tell my mom now that you don't use Flagyl, she'll be like, that's what they used to stop poo. I mean, there's a particular medication for poo, for you to stop your poo, for stooling. That's not it, but she doesn't listen. So I called my father, was like, no, go to the hospital, go and check what's wrong. Because I just explained my symptoms to my friend, my female friend, and she was like, no, just use Flagyl, that's it. So maybe she has gotten it a lot of time, because that was the first time I was getting it. So I had to go to the hospital, and when I got, they were like, oh, buy a grapefruit or a grape wine. Make sure you finish the whole bottle and just come for 2 days medication, 2 days injection. And I went, and in that 2 days, that was. And when I told her, I was like, "Are you sure it's gone?" Because I treat mine sometimes for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, you can see the difference of someone that went to the hospital. And the doctor even explained to me that sometimes if you take a lot of grape, or what they call it, this grape juice, it tends to help your bladder release more, because you are forcing your pee, it's not coming out. But then your bladder is full, but because of the fact that you have a little bit of obstruction, that is the reason why. So just make sure you always take grape fruit, or I can't remember the name of but it tastes like grape. But I remember I took that Eva wine or something, that red one. That's what he recommended for, and I don't think he even gave me any medication. It was just those 2 days injections, and that was it. But for my friend, it was a different experience entirely. So it could be that for her now, maybe she's already getting that resistance that you are talking about. But how can you be on that Flagyl is very bitter. So I don't know how you're using it for a whole, and she's telling me 1 in the morning, 1 in the night. So you're telling me I'm going to use like 3 sachet for like, because I'm treating something. No, that's not going to work for it. So that's why I'm very particular about. It's not now just about antibiotics. There are also other medications that you can actually develop resistance for.
Yes, there are actually other resistance is resistant. It can be to a viral drug. It can be to many kind of medications, any kind. But the most common one has been antibiotics.
Okay, because that's what is very common.
That is the most common one. And people just believe that if it has worked the first time, it will work the second time, which is not entirely true. The body has, take for example the UTI, the body has good microorganisms that actually protect you. But then when you use antibiotics indiscriminately, you kill them.
Those are the good bacteria I was talking about.
So you kill them, and then you allow for these bad microorganisms
to be playing ball.
All right, interesting. Mr. Olafemi, while making your analysis the other time, you made mention of the role of the laboratory, and you made mention of surveillance. Now, let me ask you, can you please elaborate on the role of surveillance in tracking resistant patterns and informing public health policies?
So, like I said the other time, we've had a lot of policies around antimicrobial resistance, which has helped also in preserving and protecting higher burden on our healthcare system. Because currently, you will talk about brain drain. I saw a consultant, I think nephrologist, saying that in the current statistics for consultant nephrologists is 1 to 1, is it 1 million in Nigeria? Now imagine a situation whereby, and what happens when antimicrobial resistance occurs and we do not track it down now, is that it increased hospitalization rate. People will keep on coming back and coming back and coming back to treat the same thing. And it increases the burden on our healthcare system. The same time a doctor would used to attend to like other people, they will keep on using it to attend to same persons. So we see that, and then we've had the role of the medical laboratory scientist to help the physician track down and know how to make their treatments more effective. So, like I said the other time, you cannot know if a drug is resistant if we do not tell you that it's resistant. We are the ones that know the pattern. We see it from the lab that, okay, after a while, and that is the reason for data. We have our data. So we see it from pattern that, okay, over a while, and for example, we have MRSA, which is the methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which is being tracked right now. That is the role of a medical laboratory scientist. So we see the pattern, we see the drugs that are being resistant to these things, and then we alert the policymakers that, see, these are the drugs that we've seen over time that is becoming resistant to this class of organisms. So it involves and it informs them of the kind of policies that can be taken to prevent these things. So in the National Action Plan it took effect from last year 2024 to 2028, over a 4 years period. There is the antimicrobial stewardship, which is a policy that promotes the prudent use of antibiotics in both human and animal. Do you know, shockingly, that one of the major contributors for drug resistance,
this particular question,
is from animal.
I wanted to ask you about agricultural livestock.
That's
where my question is going to come from, because it's very, like, I'm aware of the fact that the medication they use in treating what we ingest can also cause a lot of antibiotic deposit in our body. So I wanted to ask you that. I wanted you to even explain in great detail how that's, because a lot of Nigerians consume chicken, beef, pork, stuff like that, and these are the medication that these what will I say? The owners of this poultry, they don't even have the knowledge. It's not as if they have a veterinary doctor that is taking care of their livestock. They just, maybe, let me just put antibiotics, let me grind it into the water they are drinking, let me do that, and then they are feeding these things, and for us consuming it also is depositing in our body. I wanted you to explain that for me. Those are one of the questions that I wanted to ask you.
Okay, so you see, we in this our country, we are used to, we believe so much in knowledge that we don't have. Some of us, we've turned ourselves to doctors, we've turned ourselves to veterinary doctors, we've turned ourselves to mechanics, we've turned ourselves to talk about anything.
Jack of all trades.
So, and this is creating more harm than good. It is very right that antibiotic deposit comes from this livestock that we consume. Talk about cows, chickens, and all that. So sometimes the antibiotics being used for this treatment in these poultries, sometimes they are used for prophylaxis. That means they don't see anything happening to those chicken or those birds or those.
Just before anything happens. Yeah,
before
they
anything
do it
happen
every
and all
morning.
that. And that puts the drug deposit in the meat that is produced from this livestock.
So no matter the cooking that you cook is still going to be
it's
there.
still going to be there. It's not an organism that dies by maybe you eat them, you subject them to high temperatures and all that. No, that doesn't happen.
So that means this particular drug doesn't have any effect, like negatively, because if they are giving it
does.
So no, I'm talking about the livestock, not us. Yeah,
Okay.
it does have a very, very bad effect on us, because that's what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the livestock because I'm wondering how an animal will be taking this thing, and then the last consumers of this thing, are going to be the ones suffering from it. So that means maybe it doesn't have any effect on the animals, or what? Why exactly are they giving the animals those things?
Drug resistance to happen in
Animals. Okay.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
And what happens is that when we now consume this produce, we take these, we call them superbugs, because they've been exposed to these drugs over time, and they've built immunities against them. And that is one. And we have zoonotic diseases, which is from animals to humans.
Yeah.
So as it affects them, it affects us too.
Okay.
And that is where the role of policies come in. That is where it comes in.
All right, interesting. I know you're enjoying yourself on the conversation this morning on Perspective. We're discussing the crucial role of medical laboratory scientists in the fight of antimicrobial resistance. And we have Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele on the conversation. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we dissect and ponder better on this issue. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Please sip your coffee. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHallaTV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
Well, I appreciate you for still staying there and watching Perspective on ConsumerHalla TV. This is where we have discussions about pressing issues and burning issues making the round. And on the conversation, we are having something important that it's crucial to talk about. That is the crucial role of a medical laboratory scientist in the fight against antimicrobial resistance, and we have Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele on the conversation. Now let's get to it. What are the implications of AMR on Nigeria's healthcare system?
So when we talk about how this directly affect our healthcare system, one of the things we'll talk about is the effect of AMR, which is treatment failure. You notice that you keep on treating the same thing over and over again, and then this is increasing the burden on our healthcare system. So take for example, another topic is this typhoid thing. When people say that I have typhoid, and I have this thing, I have that, how do you know you have typhoid? Because before you have typhoid, the way you ingest salmonella is, have you taken any dirty water? Did you, how are you sure that? You can't even assert. If you have typhoid, you won't be the one to test you have typhoid. So you just say people just when they feel fever or they are pooing, they tell you that they have typhoid.
Or diarrhea.
Or diarrhea. which of course increases the burden, the healthcare burden we are faced with in the healthcare space. Where treatments now fail. We are now burdened with the fact that researchers will now have to look for new drug that can treat these infections.
All right, I love this conversation a lot because it has to do with the daily lives of we Nigerians 24/7. And now you've told us about the implications of AMR on the healthcare system in Nigeria. So what step can Nigerians take to prevent AMR? And how can we promote the awareness? Because she mentioned about the awareness earlier on and about responsible antibiotic use, because there is a whole lot of misuse outside there.
Yeah, that is why I must commend platforms like ConsumerHalla TV, which gives the privilege to put out this information there, because they say knowledge is power.
Yeah, it is.
More of these things are health behaviors that we've learned over generations. You see your mother treat any small thing, gives you anti-malaria, gives you 1 dose of antibiotics. When you give birth to, you believe that that is the pattern. And when you've seen it work once, you believe that it will continue to work. So it is on every one of us to put out that information. Like I must commend you telling your friend about the need to go to the hospital to get tested, to get proper treatment. And then I must commend also you giving your mother a feedback that, okay, this is what I went through.
Till now.
But believe me, you've passed the message.
They don't listen. All these are mothers. They don't listen. You tell them a lot of things, they'll be like, and your mom saying, you these children of nowadays. Do you know what's funny is that I feel like what you're saying is very true. It's like a generational thing. My mother did it, so why is it going to be a problem for me? This issue of dusting powder, all this rub for children. If I tell my mother, when I give birth, you will not shake my baby because of shaking baby syndrome. She doesn't believe any of that. Didn't I do it for you? You know how did you?
Did you die?
She tell me, "Shock, like you know all those." They are very funny. That there are things that, and I now explain to her that. Do you notice that the mortality rate in the country has dropped because people that are giving birth after you guys are more aware. You can't compare the mortality rate of when you were giving birth as at that time, even up to 2007, compared to it now. Even we losing mothers now. Some mothers already have their birth plan. They will ask you, do you have blood in store for me? Because they are informed of all of these things. But the older generation would not listen. They would not listen to you because we have that issue. And these are issues that I feel like the public healthcare system needs to address. Maybe there's a need for just not taking drugs to rural area. There is a need for proper education. And I love the fact that you came here this morning to address people, to let them know that this is what is going on in the country. You having your baby on the same bed with you is as you saying that you want to just kill that child. God forbid, a lot of people's children die. You just see them, oh, we slept together yesterday. Now what happened? You might have rolled, or the people might have rolled and suffocated, but they don't understand any of this because they've been doing it, and so it is very, very safe and practical, which is not always like that.
Very true.
All right, now, what do you think is the fears of Nigerians that make them neglect hospitals and laboratory when they are feeling ill and prefer to do self-medication? Because this is becoming alarming, and right now we need to create that awareness that what you're doing is bad, and it's high time people stop it and do the right thing at the right time.
You see, one of the things I must commend the Lagos State government for is their role in helping to reduce payment of healthcare services out of pocket.
Okay.
So you see the Lagos State, what do they call them now? I think, is it Lamasa or something, that are in charge of HMOs, Lagos State
HMOs,
Health Management
organizations.
Yes. So you see them going to rural communities to tell them that, okay, you can be on this platform and then you don't need to pay for healthcare services.
A lot of them actually.
So,
Niger girls, I've seen a lot.
Yeah. So one of the major contributors for people not patronizing it's money. And would you blame them?
No.
Because the economy has affected the healthcare system too. Take for example, some years ago, I'm a medical laboratory scientist. One of our reagents used in testing HIV used to sell for 18,000 naira. Guess how much is this now?
Just to test for HIV.
As in the kit used for testing. Guess how much it is now?
How much?
120,000.
I was thinking about that.
18,000.
From 18,000.
That was when?
That was about a year ago or a year and a half.
That's 2023. Let's say 2023.
Let's say 2023.
Wow.
Now it's 120,000. Where would the money come from? People will pay. So one of the major reasons why people don't use healthcare facilities is because of money. And then the solution to that is we should encourage our people to be on HMO platforms.
So it's not only because many people think HMO is just for office people, 9 to 5.
No.
So it's not just for office people.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's
not. With the policy in Lagos State that every worker must be on HMO HMO. If you are employing more than 5 staff, you must place them on HMO.
So Ilera Eco is also like an HMO.
Yes.
Because I know that Ilera Eco, I think it's for elderly. Is it just for elderly people? It's just
no, it's for everybody.
Okay. That one is for reducing the money. But it only works for public hospitals, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You've commended the Lagos State government in charge of HMOs and all of that. How can the government and the private sector support the medical laboratory scientists in the fight against AMR?
Okay, one of the things that we can do, and we that will help the system, is for research and development.
Okay.
Because when this occurs, new drugs must be discovered. And also funding. Help our system to get funding so that we can help better place our healthcare system. So there are many ways, and help in surveillance also. So these are ways that the public and private partnerships can help in curbing this particular issue, because it's a menace. It is a menace. According to the World Health Organization, about 1.2 million people face this yearly.
Yearly, not the total. Wow.
All right.
Before you go, because I know we are almost at the end of the program, I want you to help educate the audience watching right now at home, and people are going to still watch the program after we are done with this program, about the fact that AMR is a very important conversation and it's a very important issue that is affecting us. Does it have a cure? These are things that I know many of us will want to know. Is it curable, or once you have that particular resistance, you have to be placed on other diagnoses?
Well, antimicrobial resistance for organisms, it's not curable, and it's not, how do I put this now? Malaria is UTI is an infection, it's a disease. STIs can be diseases and all that. But for antimicrobial resistance, it can happen across board. It can happen to just anything, any disease. So if you are resistant to a drug, the thing is that we try to get other drugs that can work for you.
That's what I'm talking about, the personalized medication. So, and that's a lot of money, more than the one you're supposed to avoid.
The thing is that if a drug A doesn't work for you, we look for higher strength, which will cost you more money.
You could have avoided that by going to the hospital or by going to a laboratory to, you know, check on what is going on. So what we are saying is that if you develop this particular resistance, which is AMR, antimicrobial resistance, there is no cure for it. So you need, you and your medical team need to look for other medications that would work for you. And trust me, if you don't know that you have this particular issue, it is also an issue that can lead to death. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Because there's some people that go for major surgeries and then they have infection from those surgeries, but you cannot treat them with antifungal or anti-malaria anymore because you're already used to that particular one and it's not working for you. And these infections can be, you know, a facilitator of death. A lot of people have died due to this particular issue. So that's what we are talking about this morning.
All right,
Thank
interesting. You. Now to brush things up, because we have to round the conversation up this morning. What message would you like to convey to Nigerians about the importance of the medical laboratory scientists in combating AMR?
What I would say to us is, beyond seeking medical attention, make sure that when you have things like UTIs, get tested.
Exactly.
Because that's the only way you can know what drug will work for you.
That's true.
Drugs is not one shoe fits all. It's not one shoe fits all. The same this infection that person A has and person B has, maybe one of the drugs can treat A and not treat B.
Really?
So it's due to the exposures we've had over time.
Okay.
So the thing is, when you have you believe that you are feeling sick, seek proper medical attention.
Please do.
And then when you need to use antibiotics, your doctor needs to use antibiotics on you, get tested.
All right, interesting. It's been a insightful and engaging conversation with the help of Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele, joining us on Perspective Live in the studio this beautiful morning to talk about the crucial role of a medical laboratory scientist in the fight against antimicrobial resistance. And hopefully you've said all these things. I hope we, because I don't want to use Nigerians, because we all are Nigerians. So I hope we act swiftly to all these things, and definitely we might overcome the issue of AMR in Nigeria. It's a very beautiful conversation. Mr. Oluwafemi, thank you so much for joining us on the conversation once again. All right, we need to bring all things to an end on Perspective, another beautiful edition of Perspective. Will be back tomorrow. Remember, Perspective is where we talk about all the pressing and burning issues making the round. I am Iri Ayo Mikuleke. Bye for now, and do well to enjoy the rest of your day by being productive.
My name is Tunde Olufowora, and I'm the CEO of Van Eyck Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or call it consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline, and I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline, and then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa, and let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I opted to. I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything intact, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting about the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think there were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, our bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, "Okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA?" Anyway, so I went on BA to US. And of course, on our return from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow. So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. Clearly because there were more Nigerians more people that were planning to come to Nigeria. And then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. You know, the whole of that business economy all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot. And then I was watching. And then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, we're really very sorry about this. He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing. While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve they couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. So they come up and said, we're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get. So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody were jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenience, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. My officer, our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they bought this parcel wrapped. I opened it, and boom, I bought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible. No apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very managed, well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking, my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Hala came with Consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to birth this unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHalla TV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHalla TV is to take it to the next level.
Hello everyone, this is ConsumerHallaTV News at 10. Good morning, I am Iri Ayomikole Iki. Nigeria's projected 20 trillion naira budget deficit for the 2026 fiscal year could severely constrain access to credit for the private sector. The analysts say this. Meanwhile, according to the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework, the federal government plans to finance 14 trillion naira, about 71.1% of the total deficit, through domestic borrowing. Analysts say borrowing may be technically feasible but could trigger sustained high interest rate, limit credit availability for corporate, and intensify competition for limited liquidity in the financial system. The financial expert who spoke to newsmen expressed concerns about the implications of crowding out organized private sector in Nigeria's debt market. The federal government has announced that its 501 billion naira inaugural tranche under the Presidential Power Sector Debt Reduction Program has recorded 100% subscription from investors. The development was disclosed in a statement issued yesterday by the Special Advisor to the President on Energy, Ms. Olu Vehin. According to the statement, the bond issuance, which forms part of effort to address long-standing debt in the power sector, attracted participation from pension funds, banks, asset managers, and other investors. The government said the program is aimed at resolving legacy payment areas owed to power generation companies, restoring liquidity, and strengthening the confidence in the Nigerian electricity industry. The National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency says Nigeria consumes over 2.5 billion liters of sachet water annually, produced by more than 32,000 manufacturers across the country. Prof. Innocent Bariko, the Director General of NESREA, stated this at the inception meeting of the Child Project GEF 11193 yesterday in Abuja. They said the project is a circular solution to plastic pollution in Nigeria, and this development is aimed at reducing plastic sachet water consumption while ensuring access to safe drinking water. Mr. Pariko said the meeting marked a significant milestone in Nigeria's ongoing effort to address the growing challenge of plastic pollution in the country. The Lagos state government has announced a partnership with MTN Nigeria for the redevelopment and renaming of Obalende on the bridge to Yellow Bus Park. In a statement on X yesterday, Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, said the move will transform the space to a functional hub. Mr. Wahab said, "I'm pleased to announce the Lagos state government is collaborating with MTN Nigeria to redevelop and transform the Obalende on the bridge into a modern and also well-structured transport hub to be known as Yellow Bus Park. This redevelopment will convert what was once a notorious and degraded space into a functional, secure and community-centered facility." He further said when the project is well completed, the new bus park is expected to feature an organized and regulated transport terminal and also a recycling drop-off station, and as well a road camp for the Loma sweepers and security agencies, over 60 public toilet fixtures, kiosks, and other essential amenities designed to serve commuters and residents alike. We'll move away from Lagos State. The Nigerian National Grid has listed several solutions to the constant collapse of the power system. The grid collapses have been attributed to a combination of technical fault, inadequate maintenance of transmission lines, and fluctuations in generation capacity. The grid recorded its second disturbance in 2026 on Tuesday yesterday, barely 4 days after the first occurrence, and weeks after a similar incident on December 29, 2025, which had caused the widespread power outages across the country. As of the time filing this report, it was made known that the data showed that there is 0 megawatt of power supply to the 11 electricity distribution companies. Meanwhile, the electricity generation dropped sharply from over 4,500 megawatt as low as 0 megawatt as of 11 a.m. The checks show that all the 23 power generation plants connected to the grid reportedly lost output during the incident, resulting in 0 power allocation to each of the 11 electricity distribution companies. Justice Emmanuel Subelim of the National Industrial Court has ordered workers of the Federal Capital Territory Administration to suspend their ongoing industrial action pending the hearing and determination of the originating summons. The ruling followed an application filed by the Minister of the FCT and some weeks seeking a court order compelling striking FCTA workers to return to work. The suit, the FCT Minister named the President and the Secretary of the Joint Union Action Congress a respondent. Justice Subelim held that industrial action, including strike, must be suspended once a dispute has been referred to the National Industrial Court. Back in Lagos State, Ikeja Hotel PLC delivered a strong earnings performance in the 2025 financial year, posting a profit before tax of 12.56 billion naira, a 47.3% increase from the 8 billion naira that was recorded in 2024. This marks a sustained improvement in profitability, supported by stronger retail revenue, rising finance income, and the elimination of finance costs. The performance was disclosed in the company's unaudited financial statement filed with the Nigerian Exchange on the 27th of January 2026. The earnings momentum also reflected improved room occupancy, higher pricing, and stronger event-related activities across the group hotel portfolio. The merger and acquisition activity in African startups surged in 2025 with 67 deals recorded, and also it represented a 72% increase from the 39 deals seen in 2024, which is the highest annual total ever. This is according to the State of the Tech in Africa report by TechAbout. The report notes that African startup raised $3.4 billion in 2025, bringing total funding over 7 years to $20.16 billion. According to the report, established players are aggressively buying other startups to grow, get licenses and take more off the market. In another report, action against Hungary in partnership with the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, the European Union, and the German Corporation has launched a social protection program targeting about 1.4 million vulnerable people in Borno and Adamawa State. The project was unveiled in Abuja yesterday during the opening ceremony of the program, with stakeholders from government, development partners, and the humanitarian community in attendance. Speaking at the event, the country director of Action Against Hunger Nigeria, Tieno Diallo, represented by his deputy, Andwalem Fekadu, said the initiative would focus on strengthening the resilience of communities severely affected by prolonged conflict and insecurity in the Northeast. According to him, the project will provide cash-based support to vulnerable households while working closely with state government to reinforce existing social protection systems in line with Nigeria's development goals. The Emirates Airlines and Air Peace have officially activated a new bilateral interline agreement aimed at improving air connectivity between Africa, the United Arab Emirates, and several major international destinations. The agreement, which builds on the existing relationship between the two carriers, allows passengers to enjoy seamless single-ticket travel and simplified baggage transfers on selected routes. This is expected This is expected to make journeys more convenient and reduce travel stress for customers flying across the partner networks. In a joint statement, the airline said the expanded arrangement goes beyond the 13 Nigerian cities already accessible to Emirates passengers through Air Peace. Under the new terms, travelers can now connect to Banjul in the Gambia and Dakar in Senegal via Abidjan, as well as Freetown in Sierra Leone and Monrovia in Liberia via Accra. Thank you so much for joining us on the news. I am Iri Ayomikunle, aka follow us on all our social media platforms. And let's meet by 12 for the midday news. Good morning. Bye for now.
So we hope to, change the narrative. We want to, give, the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. You're traveling, you buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately. Part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy. All right, we're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team. We have lawyers that are registered on our platform. All right, that can also take up cases. Okay, So, and we've taken up many cases like that, you know, and won those cases. So, ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to, we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, you know, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. You know, I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end, and yet they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country, none. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at power. You know, government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers, we bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Na me make am, that's why I buy am. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I went around, you know, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. You know, I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, you know, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, oh, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. You know, oh, let me try this, let me just try and use that to iron my shirt and we can go out. So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, you know, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! The guy was raged. Then he goes, what just happened? So he said, no, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? You know, I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And they called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, you know, by the time he even called, you know, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, yeah, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then the thing just didn't work. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that." And they said, "This is your address, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement." All right. So my friend ended the call and dropped the. So I said, "So what's going to happen?" He said, "Don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement." I said, "They will bring a replacement." He said, "Yes." I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the first. No, it can't be his fault. Shebi is a brand new item that he bought. While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so, we had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, "We're so sorry." So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by it that even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, "We are so sorry." And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went bad. He didn't say, "Okay, where is the other one that we gave to you," so that he could take it back. No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, "Can you interpret this to me?" He said, "Here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I will do." So I'm just going to grab a lawyer and I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose, because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, "What can we do now?" Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHalla TV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provide right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, will be forming part of that our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. So I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHalla TV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that need to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brands on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHalla TV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHalla TV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiences.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofeko Foworola, and you know what? They call me the AWUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AWUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AWUF is for you. You can get to know about trendy market slashes, promos, offers and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that is so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AWUF packages. Peace.
Public service announcement. Hello consumers, I am Kikelomo Ajibola and welcome to the Scam Alert segment on ConsumerHallaTV. Scam Alert educates viewers about various scams affecting consumers. We learn tips on how to identify fraudulent activities and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you're not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. Don't say I didn't do anything for you this 2025. Bye.
Welcome to In the Marketplace. We are taking you on a journey behind the scene of Nigeria's most vibrant market, from the sight and sound of the market to the stories of the people who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to the In the Marketplace on ConsumerHallaTV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handle on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brands and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. And that is why at ConsumerHallaTV,
you deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Market Today is the show where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the prices of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHallaTV we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind him, he's just a jealous person.
Oh,
His new movie release, updates, and screen time. I'm going to enjoy myself because this is my favorite
favorite time on the program. I get to recommend good movie for you, and I'm also waiting for you to recommend movies to me also in the comment section. Screen time is not just all about entertainment, it is relaxing and also educational. So that is why we are bringing to you Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. And in case you're wondering where to join us every Mondays by 5 o'clock p.m. at ConsumerHalla TV on our YouTube channel. Subscription is very, very free. And in case you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. We are begging you, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. What are you waiting for? Click on that follow and subscribe right now.
And from the I to the R to the E to the M to the F to the E, my name is Iremofe Koforola, the man always clothed in wealth and strength.
And I'm Kikelomo Ajibola. Toodles.
Moisturizer. Today, here on the show, consumers are permitted to moisturizer. Today, here on the show, consumers are permitted to speak for themselves. We do not influence their choices. We do not suggest brands. They are free to suggest any brand of their choice because it is Consumer Voice on ConsumerHalla TV, and I am Elizabeth Abefe. Come with me as we go find out from consumers which brand of petroleum jelly or body oil moisturizer is their go-to choice against harmattan or dry season. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so what is your name?
Philip.
Okay, the way the weather is lately, we don't know whether harmattan is coming around.
Yeah, the harmattan is outside.
So how do you feel particularly about this weather?
It's nice, but I'm feeling chill, like everywhere is just good.
Okay, so now talking about harmattan right now, which body oil or petroleum jelly do you use?
Vaseline.
Vaseline? Yeah. For how long have you been using Vaseline?
I would say 6 months now.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from Vaseline, which other brand of petroleum jelly do you know of?
Nivea and I can't remember, but I know many, but I can't remember most of them.
Have you tried Nivea?
Yeah, once.
Once?
So I don't. So I tried the one that makes skin black, and I don't like the experience at all.
Okay, now talking about this Vaseline petroleum jelly, do you just use it only during harmattan, dry season, or that is what you use?
No, I use it every time, like during cold weather and dry season. I use it every time.
Okay, so how does it feel on your skin whenever you apply?
Very nice. I like it on my skin because it makes my skin more glowing. I like the feeling on my skin.
Okay, so now, have your skin ever embarrassed you during dry season whereby you did not use Vaseline? Have you ever embarrassed you whether you were outside and you feel like, oh, I'm not glowing the way I'm supposed to glow?
Yeah, there was one time like that I forgot to actually use the cream, and my skin was like, I don't even like it at all. So it was bad, and I had to rush him and rub the skin.
Okay, so how expensive is this Vaseline?
How
expensive?
It's not that expensive. It's like the one I bought is 4,500.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well will you rate this particular Vaseline?
Yeah, I would say among all the creams I've been using, like I'll rate 10.
So are you the type that love your Vaseline very thick, too much on your body so that my body can glow very well? Let people know that yes, I'm coming.
Yeah, very. Yeah, I would like to rub it more on my skin. I rub it in the morning and in the evening.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Rate them over 10.
Yeah, I would say 9 over 10.
They do that on request. People that knows that we do it for us, they will negotiate. But it's not something that we are really into. But people that knows when they bring the request, we meet up.
Okay, so what's the benefit of using coconut oil on the skin?
The benefit is that it's been good to our skin, and I can say that it serves as will I say, I'm trying to see how to put it, that it's like it builds your skins against infections. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing fine.
So what is your name?
Okay, my name is Adibayo Adeniran. Yes.
You know Harmattan is back. How do you feel?
I feel dry.
I love that one.
And I actually feel like it should have been at December. I don't know what is happening now. So that's what I feel about this Harmattan.
Okay,
Yes.
now speaking about the weather right now, which body oil or petroleum jelly do you use?
I mostly Nivea because that's like the brand I use right from time. My cream, my deodorant and everything. So most of the time I'll just use Nivea. Yes. So that's what I use.
Okay, so which other brand of petroleum jelly do you know of apart from Nivea?
I don't actually explore brands like that. So the only one I know is Nivea and I use it. That's what I use.
Why don't you explore brands?
I don't know, I'm just kind of busy with work, school, and mostly stuff I'm supposed to do. So I'm just fine.
Okay, so how do you feel whenever you don't apply your Nivea on your skin?
I feel like I've not had my part throughout that day, even if I had my part. So just like a way to refresh your body every single day. Just for as I've worked the whole day from yesterday, when I'm waking up from yesterday's sleep, I have to like feel refreshed. I have to like use my cream or something. So that's what I just feel about that.
So are you the type that love your Vaseline thick or light?
I'll just stay neutral. I'll be at the middle.